Namaskar. Well, amidst COVID-19 induced lockdown, and now that we have already entered lockdown 4, Department of Post has leveraged to the fullest its vast network on ground, its employees, so as to ensure that there is absolutely no breakage when it comes to supply chain. Supply chain consisting of essential commodities to medical equipments and much more. And most importantly, India Post also ensuring a banking revolution of sorts when we talk of far-flung areas, when we talk of rural India. And on this very episode, we are going to talk about containing COVID crisis and a very significant role played by Department of Post. And to do so, we are very honored to have with us Secretary, Department of Post, Shri Pradipta Kumar Bishnoi with us. Thank you so much, sir, for talking exclusively to Doordarshan. First things first, how has this been significant role, especially played by your department, Department of Post, ensuring last mail delivery? And if you look at the kind of work that is being done by your department on ground, this is certainly gone beyond the typical role that the postal departments used to play earlier.
So, in fact, thank you very much for being here actually with us. So, as you know that in the beginning itself, the post office was declared as an essential service actually. So, the moment it was declared as an essential service, and although with this COVID crisis and all that, we decided that all our post offices will start opening. Maybe initially there was some hesitation, but I think we decided that we should open all our post offices because we have to provide the essential service, both whether it is in terms of delivery of medicines or to provide the banking facilities actually. Because as somebody told me that if somebody may not die of corona, but he can die if he does not get money from his bank account which he is having actually. So, we started opening all our post offices, all our, almost we are having 1,56,000 post offices, but most of our post offices are open, and we have almost more than 4 lakh employees. Most of them are actually coming to the, work in the post offices, excepting those which are in the containment zones. And during these days, we have 2 major things which we have done, as you have rightly pointed out. One is the delivery of medicines and medical equipments. So, initially of course, as you know that a lot of people want like life saving medicines, so they wanted to get it from all the way from Dharmasala to different places in the country, and then of course somebody wanted to send something to his village actually where only the post office is there to serve them. So, all these things we started doing it individually, but initially when there was no transport available and all that, we tied up with, of course we are having, as you know, our own red vans, and we tied up with the air cargo which was run by the Lifeline Udan, and then we also started tying up with the parcel trains. So, the parcel trains, our red vans, the air cargo all put together, and in addition, our employees who are having their own, they use their own transport actually to reach it to the last mile actually. So, we started doing also the transportation of these COVID test kits, the ventilators. In fact, we started transporting ventilators from all the way from Pondicherry to the different parts of the country actually.
Fantastic.
And even my lab also there is some testing kits they are also doing in Pune. We started delivering it to different parts of the country through our own vans, wherever direct parcel trains are not there.
From life-saving medicines to testing kits to food, and now talking about the most critical area, important area, the doorstep cash delivery. I think that, do you think, is a paradigm shift in the way one would look at the role of Department of Post and how you are aligning your infrastructure with the banking facilities?
Yes. See, post office although is known as the post office, but many people know and do not know both ways that we also do banking on behalf of the Ministry of Finance. 2 years back, in fact, we started a India Post Payment Bank in addition to the banking facilities which we are providing in our post offices. So, for getting any banking facility, normally people will have to come to the post office, but because of this India Post Payment Bank and because of the Aadhaar Enabled Payment Service which the government has started actually, we could deliver the money belonging to any bank. So, even if the money is belonging to any bank, we can deliver it at the doorstep of any customer actually.
So, it's a home delivery of cash.
Exactly.
Aided by your department.
Yes, exactly. Through biometrics. Now, through only a mobile phone and a biometric device, our postmen, our Gramin Dak Sevaks who are actually working in the villages, so they actually went to all the poorest of the poor, in fact the oldest people, sometimes they are 105 years old, somebody is completely paralyzed, not able to move.
I think this is the biggest success story of the Corona warriors of your department.
In fact, no, it is not only success story, the thing is that we really could touch such people. I really feel happy that we could serve the poorest of the poor, who could never visit the bank actually. Many people didn't even know that they are having some money in their Jan Dhan account. So we must credit the Prime Minister for opening of so many Jan Dhan accounts and then putting some money, but people didn't know that they are having money. So our people went to the person concerned, told him that what is your Aadhaar number, they gave him the Aadhaar number. With that they could find out that he is having so much of money, and they could deliver that money to the person at his doorstep. So this way we have almost served till now, during this time itself, almost 75 lakh customers we have paid, almost more than 1300 crore rupees actually, at the doorstep of the people actually.
So doorstep delivery of cash marks a paradigm shift in a way, can we say, when it comes to this banking revolution aided by India Post at rural level, the far-flung areas where even reaching looks absolutely impossible, but your department has done.
Exactly. In fact, of course, because we have to also follow social distancing. So if more and more people come to the bank, that is also a problem. And then they cannot come also because sometimes banks are too far off, maybe 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers away actually. And so, but whereas our people could reach all those places where, they traverse through the rivers, they traverse through the jungles, they reached all kinds of places. Even as I was telling you that we also went up to the highest post office in this country actually, which is Hikim in the Himachal Pradesh, and we delivered of course cash there. We also delivered mail also through the Rohtang Pass. We went to the Leh. We in fact transported almost more than 10 tons of mail actually, which was there for Leh actually. So different places, throughout the country.
So even in the lockdown,
yeah,
what we understand is that your warriors, the India Post warriors, are on foot. They are foot soldiers at it,
yes,
doing their job.
Exactly.
So India Post is not under lockdown at all.
Not at all. In fact, from the beginning
itself.
More
work.
Yeah, in fact, from the beginning itself, our people are working. Sometimes we see that even at the midnight itself, early morning itself, our people are going and delivering these medicines. Our people are going and delivering this cash to the customers actually. So it is happening almost 24 hours now, which was not happening even earlier. During this lockdown itself, we are working much more than what we are doing earlier. Particularly.
So that's one part.
Yeah.
The delivery of cash, the doorstep cash delivery. And now let's talk about how India Post has also aligned with ICMR and other related verticals when it comes to ensuring supply of these medical equipments, kits, etc. And how do you ensure that it's not only confined to one state, but it's a pan-India network in alignment with your department?
In fact, immediately after this lockdown started, many of the drug companies and the Indian Council of Medical Research, in fact the government's medical store depot in Calcutta, they all came to us and they said that we will try to, we would like to deliver actually these kits and different kind of medicines also to the different parts of the country. I said, okay, we can do it. And sometimes even some of the test kits have to be delivered within some time because they are kind of cold chain. Within 24 hours it has to be delivered. So overnight our people have gone and delivered. Even at the midnight itself, we have taken these things from, as I told, that from Pune, from Pondicherry, from Calcutta, from Lucknow, from in Gujarat. In many places actually we have delivered all these kits and all these ventilators, equipments, all these things, and PPE kits, masks, all these kind of things actually we have delivered throughout the country actually to the different organizations, hospitals, and also to the institutions actually.
You're also talking about the air cargo flights that have been used by your department for dispatching essential commodities. Can you just elaborate a bit more about how the cargo flights are being leveraged by your department?
No, normally the flights are running only, as you know, the Air India is running most of these flights, and we have also taken the help of Air Force. And we are also having the Blue Dart, which is also which is also our regular mail carrier actually, which is also working during this time. So all these cargo flights we are utilizing from mostly from interstate. These are not within the state. Mostly it is interstate actually. Maybe very rarely it will be within the state because flights are mostly from Delhi to Bombay, Delhi to Calcutta, like that, Delhi to Chennai, and Chennai to Bangalore. Like all these things actually we have leveraged all these flights. Most of these flights we have utilized. as I said, including the Indian Air Force flights, which we also used for sending some of these kind of things from Chennai to Port Blair also we have taken, and even to the northeast also we have utilized these flights because to reach all those places. So we have used all these Lifeline, Udan, whatever these flights actually.
So tell us more about the Post Info app that also aids in your cash delivery at the doorsteps.
So in fact, see, we had this Post Info app which was there. So this was there earlier to know to track the articles, to know the interest in different SB schemes, to know the life insurance amount, premium amount. So we added a service request actually to that, where you can ask for any service which you want, particularly if you want money at your doorstep, and so that you can ask for, you give your mobile number, you give your coordinates, so that our people can ring it up to you and ask for whatever service you want, and they can go and deliver it in the, at your doorstep. It not only the delivery of cash, but also if somebody is not able to come out and wants to book a speed post article, then also we try to help them actually wherever it is possible actually.
Fantastic. And the National Federation of Post Office Employees across the country has been also, in fact I was just reading some articles, involved in a lot of humanitarian work across the country. One is the departmental duties of it, the part of it, the other is at their own behest at the organizational level.
So actually our employees throughout the country have pooled in some money to deliver food or rations to the needy people, and we have also utilized our own vehicles actually to transport some of these food materials and all that from the langars and from different places actually to the these migrants etc. in different places. Particularly this has happened everywhere in India actually, almost every state it has happened, more so in Punjab actually, and of course in Delhi. So our own employees, we have a central postal ladies organization who had in fact prepared a lot of masks also we have supplied to not only our employees, to also the public. So both ways, whether it is food, rations or masks, all these kind of things we have actually supplied from our own staff.
So what about the money withdrawal made easier for old people, for pensioners, for senior citizens, and also for specially abled?
So actually, as I told you that we have used of course the AEPS system for that purpose. But in addition, if somebody wanted, like our own pensioners wanted that because they are not able to come to the post office at this point of time, so we have delivered their pension from the post office actually through our postmen, that we have done. And in addition, some of the state governments have actually remitted a lot of the social benefits actually, social benefits like the old age pension etc., particularly in Telangana and then Karnataka, and I think Gujarat, many places they have sent money to the widows, to the old age pensioners. So 1,000 crores of almost 1,000 crore cash we have delivered actually to these people
during the COVID
during this time itself, to almost 1 crore such pensioners and the old age people and all.
So just to simplify it, you're saying that you have also states on board when it comes to the social welfare schemes, the benefits of it reaching the last person.
Exactly, that
the beneficiaries.
Yes, exactly. This what we call the direct benefit transfer. Different type of pensions, different type of now the Prime Minister has also announced this. Prime Minister this Gram Kalan, the 500 rupees to the women Jan Dhan accounts. So all these amounts we have delivered actually through the pensions to the people at their doorstep itself.
And a little bit more about the India Post and its functions as we speak, especially in terms of containing COVID crisis in remotest and far-flung areas. So there your post offices are operating?
Yeah, in fact that is what I was telling you, that in the most of all the rural areas all our post offices are working, and we are also following whether it is a bigger post office or smaller post office. When our people go, they also maintain the proper social distance, they also use the mask, they also use the sanitizer, and they also, not only that, we have also told our people that they should not only use the Arogya Setu app themselves, but they should also propagate it amongst others. And they should also actually teach others how to use the mask, how to, so that they, because now a lot of people, migrants are coming over from different parts of the country to Bihar, West Bengal and Jharkhand and Odisha etc. So we have told our people there that they should in fact teach them how to maintain proper distancing, so that they don't, if they are having some problem, they don't infect others, if they should also protect themselves from others actually. So, both we are not only doing the post office work, we are also helping
So as they say, dak kiya dak laya now is a thing of past. Containing COVID crisis, India Post warriors are doing everything possible, from posts to essential commodities to cash on delivery at the very door.
Exactly. I mean, that is very correct. I think you have almost summed it up very correctly, that we are trying to do everything, because as you know, in the very olden days, we were distributing quinine, to prevent malaria. Now, we are also, distributing masks to prevent corona actually.
Okay.
And of course, wherever possible, of course, our people are also tying up with the state government and getting those, some medicines and all that, so that which people can take to prevent corona like that.
Is it true that India Post's infrastructure, your network, is also being used by your own department for delivery of food? And besides essential commodities,
yeah,
so food is also part of the essential service.
Yes, as I told you that in many of the places our red vans are being utilized there. Not only for that, we have started something called a post office on wheels. So where in some of the inaccessible areas in the city also, wherever we are not able to reach, so we are taking our red van along with computers and all that, so we can provide all kinds of facilities there. That is one part for the post office. And similarly, we are also utilizing this for distributing food and rations also to the migrants, to the needy people, to all the poorer people in the city and in the different places of the country.
So, post office on wheels and the corona warriors serving silently and speedily. We are going to continue our discussion with Secretary Post, but we are going to take a very short break on DD Dialogue. Don't go away, we will be right back.
नमस्ते इंडिया,
नमस्ते लैंड,
मरहबन इलल हिंद,
जरी इंडिया,
सलाम इंडिया, नमस्ते इंडिया,
नमस्कार भारत,
मुई
nous
इंडिया,
sommes l'Inde.
नहनु हुनूर इंडिया, माँ हिंदी हस्ती हिंदियान
सलाम हिंदुस्तान।
we are India.
Thanks for staying with Doordarshan. You're watching DD Dialogue, and we are talking about India Post, its role in containing COVID crisis, the warriors of the Postal Department. And remember, viewers, as we continue to speak with our special guest, Secretary Post, Mr. Bishnoi, this role of India Post in current crisis times is not only confined to national boundaries. Overseas, what all is being done?
So, in fact, when initially all the flights were stopped, so we could not send whatever mail was there to the other countries, but slowly some of the countries, the air cargo has started. So, we started sending the mail which was piled up in our country itself, we have started sending it to the other countries, and we have reopened. Also,
are there specific countries that we are looking at?
Yeah, actually to wherever the air cargo has started, in particular it was to China and then to some of the places in London and in the Middle East also. So, some of the countries wherever it went, we started sending the mail, but now we have got some clearance that some of the flights have started running, and we have started the service to about 15 countries now, so that if somebody wants to send some essential medicines, etc., they can also send it.
And what is the process like in that?
So, it is actually, it can be booked at any of the post offices and it will pass through the customs and through our foreign post office. Then we will be sending it through the airlines to some designated countries actually. So, presently we have opened it up to 15 countries, mostly they are South Asian countries, and of course, some of them are in like Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, United Arab Emirates and United Kingdom. So, like that some of the countries we have.
Does it also include SAARC countries?
Yeah, most of the SAARC countries are actually there. SAARC countries, Bangladesh and China, Australia, all those things, all those countries are there actually.
Okay. And insurance cover for employees is one aspect that your department has been very, very particular about, emphasis on insurance cover, because I believe, is this also one of the reasons that the postmen, the delivery boys, the corona warriors of India Post, the kind of travel that they extensively do, and human interface is something that they cannot really avoid, which means they are also very susceptible and vulnerable to COVID infection?
Yeah, in fact, it's not exactly insurance cover. So, what we have done is that because of this, so we have taken approval of our honorable minister. So, we have actually extended a ex gratia of rupees 10 lakhs in case of any death due to corona actually.
Acha.
So, till now of course fortunately or unfortunately we had 3 cases actually, 3 cases happened so far actually. So, but otherwise we are trying of course that everybody should be safe, as I told you earlier that we have told them that they should maintain proper social distance, they should use the mask, sanitizers, etc., so that they are not affected. But in case it happens, so we have announced that they will be given an amount of rupees 10 lakhs in case of death, in addition to all other benefits of course which a government employee or our employees are due to get.
Yes, that comes to the question, sir, what about the post offices in the containment zones, in the high risk zones? Do you have your offices open in those areas?
No, not exactly actually, the containment zones we cannot open, but we are serving those areas through the nearby post offices.
Okay.
So, but now I think slowly
but the services continue.
Services continue everywhere actually, services continue everywhere, but only we have to be very careful because I mean we have to, because we cannot exactly go inside and I mean deliver. So, maybe we will have to call the fellow, he will have to come to the gate or something like that, then we have to deliver there itself actually. So, but now as you know the containment zones are going to be more specific. So, maybe more post offices will be open now. Wherever it was not open earlier, we will open more post offices and our services will be much more.
So, technically even with the subsequent lockdown modes and the guidelines that kept revising with subsequent lockdowns being introduced, India Post and its offices and the robust infrastructure that is there on ground continues.
Continues actually. So, I mean all our, as I say that most of our post offices excepting those in containment areas and except in of course in, as I told you that in 2 places in particular in Delhi and Mumbai actually because of the non availability of transport, so we are having some issues. So, otherwise we are able to provide services to whomsoever asks for it actually. So, even if a post office is not open, so we are able to provide either doorstep service or we are able to give him the nearby post office, the name of the nearby post office where he or she can avail the services actually.
So, the vast network of India Post is at the disposal of the nation, and how is it at the disposal of the nation? What we understand, yet you have tie-ups with agencies like ICMR and also Indian Drug Manufacturers Associations, etc., and also tie-ups with states.
In fact, we had tie-up with the states for the simple reason that most of the financial benefit, as we discussed, that is channelized through the post office itself, through the post office, so that we can pay it at the doorstep of the people actually. Because most of what the government is trying to do is to come to the rescue of the most disadvantaged people of this society.
So you are helping, your department India Post is aiding in financial inclusion of the poor as well.
Exactly, that is what. So, and just to add that we are also having about almost 999 ATMs. In fact, the last ATM we inaugurated only during this lockdown itself in Port Blair, which was the most difficult for us. Of course, it is now through VSAT, so we have started that. We have the ATMs in Leh, we have in almost all state capitals, every 999, almost in the most of the inaccessible areas also.
So, these 999 ATMs are spread across difficult regions?
Yes, most of the places. Of course, in addition to the cities, they are also there in the northeast, in the J&K, in the Port Blair, as I told you. So, all places we are having these India Post ATMs also, where not only our own ATM card holders, but also any bank, if you are having any other bank ATM also, you can come and take out money from our ATM actually. So, most of them are actually operational also during this time.
Okay. And one final message from Secretary India Post to not only the warriors of your own very department who have been working relentlessly, silently and speedily, not only to aid the banking revolution at the village level, but also the delivery from life-saving kits to food to mail to cash.
I am really proud of all our more than 4 lakh employees, both our officials, officers, our Gramin Dak Sevaks, who have during this time itself, this lockdown time itself, have worked much beyond our expectations. In fact, it is almost 24 hours. As I told you, our people have delivered medicines at the dead of the night. Sometimes they have done transactions like financial transactions, delivery of money at almost midnight, sometimes early morning. Whenever anybody wanted, actually we have been really gone out of the way to help the people, actually, both for the, whether, as I told you, for the delivery of medicines, etc., and also the delivery of financial benefits. Actually, I must really salute all our corona warriors who are our own people. The postman, the Prime Minister has acknowledged it actually during his speech in Man Ki Baat. So I am really proud of them. I must thank all of them from the core of my heart that they are really coming up to our expectations, beyond our expectations actually during this time. And I must tell all my viewers that we are there at their disposal. The India Post all along, it is more than 167 years it is it is working actually. We will continue to serve the people of this country to the best satisfaction and to the best of our ability, and I can really assure them that we will come up to their expectations. If there is any issue, they can always come up to us, and we will try our best to help them during this crisis, now, tomorrow and day after, and all the time to come.
On that very, very optimistic note, thank you very much, Shri Pradipta Kumar Bisoi, Secretary, Department of Post, for talking exclusively to Doordarshan. And I think the bottom line here being that as far as India Post is concerned and India Post's role amidst COVID-19 induced lockdown is concerned, they are assuring 24/7, day in and day out, that there is last mail delivery. On that note, thank you very much for staying with DD Dialogue on Doordarshan. Namaskar.